Okay, here we are. This is basically a remake. I did a previous video where we did some field phones that had dial capability, but at that time I was using this for my dial stuff, and it won't work with dial-up phones. It'll only do touch-tone phones. So I was using some small converter boxes that would convert rotary dial phones to touch-tone, and they all started going out. So I basically started from scratch. I finally got myself a Panasonic, what's called electronic modular switch system. Basically, it's capable of doing rotary switch phones and touch-tone phones. Notice I have both of them in here right now. We got everything hooked up, and basically we're going to go through. I'll make some phone calls. We'll call between phones. We'll talk a little bit about some of the uniqueness. Now, all these phones here are set to operate in common batteries, so we'll go ahead and get started. This is basically the operator's phone right here, this phone. So the first thing I'll do is I'll call we'll just go right down the line and I'll call phones. So the first phone I'll call is right there. There you can hear it ringing. That's the Danish FT58. The field phone can be used as either a dial-up phone or as a straight field phone. It actually has a built-in crank right there. There's no switches or things that have to be changed. You just pick it up and go. Okay, now I'll go ahead and I'll call from this to extension 13, which is the big Swedish phone. You hear it ringing. Now, the interesting thing about both of these phones is even though they're common battery phones, they have to have batteries in them to operate. So basically, they operate as common battery. The switchboard sees them as common battery, but in order for them to pass audio, they've got to have batteries installed. Okay, we'll call from the Swedish TNAAP 386 to extension 14. Go ahead and go off hook. Notice the dialer on the Swedish phone, the zero is in the wrong place. So we're going to dial 1, 4, and we're calling the other Swedish phone. Okay, that's the Swedish M37 phone right there. That's the one you see everybody has. You can buy them online. This one, basically what you do is you add this dial pack to it and it becomes a common battery phone. There is a switch setting that needs to be set inside here to make it into a common battery phone. Both of these phones, even though they're set for common battery, have to have batteries in them, so that's an interesting thing about them. Also, to make this phone work, you've got to punch the button. Okay, so we'll call from this phone. We'll call phone 15. There we go. That's not correct. We'll try that again. There we go. Now it's ringing right. We just called the German OBZB phone set for common battery mode right here, which is basically the standard phone. That can be used either way. Once again, this is another field phone that can be used as either a crank phone or you have this dial attachment to it. This phone also must have batteries in it to operate in the common battery mode. Even though it's flipped and set into common battery, in order to pass voice, it's got to have batteries in it. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll call extension 16. That dial tone. There we go, it's ringing now. Okay, I'll go ahead and hang it up. This is the Austrian FT800A. Another field phone. It's got a crank on the side, also got a built-in dial. Now this one, though, when you set it for common battery, it does need to have batteries in it. So this one actually pulls power from the switch to operate. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll call from 16 to 17. Dial tone. ringing the TA838 here. Okay, now, this is a touch-tone phone, working with all these other rotary phones. I wanted to demonstrate the capability of this. One of the reasons I picked up this big Panasonic switch was I wanted to be able to hook all my phones up and test them at the same time, and that allows me to do it. No special settings. If I plug in a touch-tone phone, it works as a touch-tone. If I plug in a dial phone, it works as a dial phone. Now, this is an interesting phone because this is just a dial phone only. It has no crank on it. It won't work with any of these other phones on here except as a dial-up phone. And we'll go ahead and I'll pick it up. It's set in common battery. We'll pick it up. About 18. There it is. It's ringing the 312 right there. Take that off. Look now. TA312. All this is standard TA312 with a battery pad, or excuse me, the dialing pad connected to it, and the switch is set to what's called CBS. There's 3 switch settings on a TA312. There's LB, which is local battery. There's CB, which is common battery, and there's CBS, which is called common battery switch. And this is set in common battery switch, which means it has to have batteries. But what this allows you to do is it allows you to use the PTT button on it. Otherwise, if you have it set for just plain common battery, you pick it up and it's hot all the time. You don't have to have batteries in it. You don't have to use the push to talk. And that shows these right there. I am going to demonstrate actual common battery phones. This TA312 right here is set as a common battery phone. It has no batteries in it. So basically it's hooked up to the switchboard. What the switchboard will do is the switchboard will see it come off hook, and we'll ring another phone. That's basically the operator's phone, that white phone. So I pick it up. We'll wait a little bit. There it goes, it's ringing. So that's basically how a common battery phone works when you have a switchboard. If you pick it up, you don't have to crank it. The switchboard sees it come off hook, and then it either sends it dial tone so you can dial and call a phone number, or it notifies the operator, hey, this phone's picked up, and you need to service the call. I have the same thing over here on this one, this OBZB phone. Right here, this German phone is set in common battery mode. So if I pick it up, the switchboard sees it go off hook, and it sends a notification signal to which this would be the operator position, this phone right here, 11. And that's basically it. Let me go and hang this up. Like I said, the big deal was getting the Panasonic switch. It allows you to do a lot more things. Allows you to use all the dial-up phones. Also, all of these phones right here will work on your home phone networks. If you want to plug it into the wall and make phone calls, go ahead. But like I said, I got the 616, the switch, so I could hook everything up at the same time and not have to worry about using my home phone to make calls. This way everybody can call everybody. It also has some programming options that let me make the common battery system work like it's supposed to. I hope you enjoyed, and that's it.